Hey everyone, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Although I am a licensed clinician, I'm also just a person. I love to be able to be in my real life and speak from that point. And that's where this podcast is coming from. So enjoy.
Searching for truth, looking for answers. There must be a way to another day.
But
Hi. Hi everyone. Welcome to Convenient Truth. What episode is this? What number are we?
91.
91. Oh my God, we're
Getting
almost
close.
to 100. Okay.
Getting close to that 100.
All right. Anyway, super long day today. I am exhausted. So
Is it
and we
really?
have-
I mean, we did it. It wasn't like a bad day.
No, it
We
wasn't a
did
bad
lot.
day, but I had a long day. So woke up, right?
Whoa.
Woke up
late, by the way.
Woke up late, took Cash for a walk, back home, went to work, did group therapy, then went to the gym, then came home, then I ate lunch, then you guys came
Go
home.
throw lunch in there.
Then we went to grocery shop. Then after grocery shopping, put everything away. Then went to Urban Air, which is this like fucking, huge indoor amusement park, basically with a bunch of fucking overly stimulated sounds and kids and the whole nine, right? And then we came back home, rushed dinner, da 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 da. You took a shower, I put Soul to bed, and now
We're
I'm
here.
And all I want to do, for Christ's sake, is just go sit in bed and watch the fights.
Or just be present. This is
And
life.
then
Like,
after this, we have to cut hair.
we have to cut
because
hair
we
because
we do each other's hair.
and we have a big event tomorrow.
And we have a big event tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning early too.
Tomorrow morning. So we have to be up at like I have to be up at like 6. And then
Speaking of, let's do a shout out to that. The Rhode Island Holistic.
all right, hold on. Let's not do
Oh,
an
you're not-
ADD moment.
You're not done telling us about your day?
No, I'm done. Then we have a long thing tomorrow.
This one day has gone into the next day.
So we will be at the
Get it out. You can do
Do
it.
I want to say where? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I don't know.
promoting
I
it.
was weird about that for a second.
Why?
But I don't know. We're gonna be at the Crown Plaza in Warwick, Rhode Island, for the Rhode Island Holistic Healing Association Expo 2025. So Infused with Love Therapy will be there. We'll be set up. Joe is going to be doing numerology readings. And we're also going to be giving away a raffle, which is some really cool heart-shaped like sun. What do they call this?
Sun crystal thing.
Crystal that the sun hits it.
You kind of like hang it in your house.
Whatever they're called.
I don't know. You're the
Anyway,
one that bought them.
Yeah, they look really nice. And then we're also throwing out, if anyone is interested in a 15-minute free consultation for either individual therapy or for ketamine therapy.
Or couples therapy or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. We'll have some tunes playing, some things going on.
It's a good one. Bring a speaker. Right?
Yeah, we got some
We got
tunes.
so much
We
stuff
got
to
some
bring.
like little hearts to give out since hearts are our thing. And just we're gonna be giving out lots of hugs.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of hugs. So that's tomorrow from 10 to 4.
Yeah.
And now
See you
we're here.
there.
So anywho, today's gonna be a little short because we still have to cut hair and we have shit to do.
And we got UFC to watch.
And we have UFC to watch.
We got things
There's
to
a
do.
delay on here.
Is there?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like
Yeah,
I'm like,
the computer was acting
I'm like,
funny. Don't worry about it though.
is it?
It's gonna record fine.
Is it?
Yeah,
So what do they see?
they see perfectly fine.
Really?
Yep.
That's.
I'm hoping. I don't know. The
crossed.
computer was acting funny. I should have probably restarted it, but we're letting it ride.
Okay. Watch. No one can see anything or hear anything.
Whatever. And we're not on TikTok right now live either because I don't know why. It's like like I don't know why we keep getting booted off all these things.
We're not. I think it's.
I think we're too good, right?
No,
We're too good.
I think it's you. I think
It's
that you're
me?
doing something.
What am I doing?
Something's happening
Why are you
that you
blaming
don't
on
know
me?
about. Because it's like, how do we get rid? How do they kick us off of infused with love therapy? How do they
Well, the
kick us off?
ketamine therapy was our
All
problem.
these
But we're getting
things.
past that as well because we're about to be registered member of Legit Script, which is something you got to pay lots of money for, so that way you can advertise
Ketamine.
controlled substances on social medias.
Yes.
Anyways,
All right. So let's get down to it. I know
like
that
this week's events.
not all of the events, because there's, Lord knows, there's an event. There's like 10 events happening every single day now. 10 things.
We're going to talk
happening.
about, we'll talk about some big things, but we're going to just breeze over them because you want to like talk about this other thing that you want to talk about, whatever that
No,
is.
we're breezing over them because we have to do this amazing podcast and then start the rest of the shit that we have to do. So yeah, so go ahead, get into it, because I know that you had told me that I guess it was a big thing coming out that the Trump administration was going to be releasing the JFK documents, and they did. I don't believe it's everything yet.
No,
though,
it's
right?
everything.
Okay, yeah, it's everything.
80,000 pages in documents, videos, and whatever
Right.
else. Yeah.
And from what
Unredacted.
I haven't read it, just because I
Well,
don't.
nobody's actually. I mean,
who the fuck?
only journalists have read
Yeah, I'm
through
not reading
all
that.
of it. I mean, I've seen.
But I know that there's been lots of like real stuff happening on X, and people are circling shit, highlighting shit, showing you the document, everything, bam. So it's quite interesting. So why don't you kind of go into that, because it was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the one that came out and it was like a quick thing, and it wasn't actually JFK. It was actually his son. I guess in 1994, before he died in a plane crash in 1999, he had it was a document that he had written. Let me pull it up here real quick. Man, everything is a little slow on
It's
there.
so wild, yeah.
It's a little slow.
It's like
A little delayed. So this looks like an FBI investigation document. Envelope. Basically, what it's saying here is that RFK Jr. accused Joe Biden of treason, claiming that Biden's family's involvement in foreign influence peddling had compromised U.S. national security. That's interesting because that seems to be what's coming out with all these like phony bank accounts and moving money around and going through Hunter Biden and then a bunch of different family members. They've been doing some serious investigating for probably over a year now into the Biden family, and they're kind of following the money, and it sounds like JFK Jr. was on top of it back in 1994. And some of that stuff is starting to come out now. So that was interesting that came out of there.
I'm about to join X because I don't have X, but I feel like what's happening is that there's like different types of things coming out to the world, right? There's all the shit that people are watching and listening to who don't have X.
Yeah.
And then there's all the shit that people are learning about and watching who have X, which is now why when you talk to someone who doesn't have X and you're like, oh my God, this, that, they're like, that's a lie, right? And they have like no idea because, well, good old fashioned news doesn't, to my understanding, I don't think anyone's taught, like, where else is this being talked about? Is it being talked about on MSNBC?
I don't know. I mean, I don't watch.
I don't know.
That, so
I don't know either.
No
I would love someone to chime in and tell me because I have no idea. I wouldn't be shocked if it wasn't.
So there's also
too focused. All the news is just too focused talking about how awful everything is and and stuff like that.
Well, they just want you to be focused in on whatever they want you to be focused in on, not anything like actually important to the world. The other thing there's a bunch of shit that came out, obviously, but one of these is a new video, which I'm gotta be honest, I'm not sure if this actually came out of the files or what, but I've been seeing it a lot on X.
Was
And
someone shot?
well, this is the JFK video right here. Here, I'll pull it up on here.
Is this when he was assassinated?
Yeah, this is, you've never seen the actual assassination
No,
video?
I don't enjoy or like
Well,
watching people get shot. I don't
Nobody's
watch
like
those things.
wants to, but I mean, it
But
was the president in front of everybody.
yeah, but still, like, I'm not gonna like rewatch that.
Now, if you pay
Oh.
attention, yeah, it's pretty gruesome because look, it goes.
What's
So look at the driver's hand. So they're speculating that the driver had a gun and shot from the front seat,
Oh.
blew his brains out on the back. You know, that's
Wait.
kind of crazy.
Oh my god. Don't show that. That's awful.
Yeah.
Oh. Yikes. Oh.
So although that video I'm not sure came out of the documents, there's another one with it showing like this was an actual new photo that came from the documents, and it was a photos of the autopsy. I can't find them here right now, but there was like a single hole in the back of his head. Now, if you follow the JFK thing and you know all about it, have you ever watched the movie JFK? You've never watched all the any kind of documentaries, anything? You don't know shit about anything about history.
I don't know anything about history.
Anyways, yeah. So then I'd have to go into this whole fucking thing, but
anyways,
there's a lot. Yeah. Long story short is it sounds as though there's a lot of implications that the CIA was running the show on the whole assassination, which a lot of people speculated anyways. But
why would anybody in the CIA or any branch like that or whatever want to kill someone like JFK who is so loved?
Because so they can control the narrative.
Of course.
There are even actually other documents that came out were about how the CIA was using radio broadcasts to, and they literally use these words, weaponize radio broadcasting against the people, meaning injecting propaganda.
That's happening now.
Right. But this is like back in the 1960s where they're like literally FBI documents saying that this is what we're doing right now because of like the Twitter files and all this other shit that came out. We know that that's what they've been doing. There's still a lot of people out there that don't even believe this. They don't believe that like the government has been involved in censorship.
That's like crazy to me. Like
that
I feel like I don't even like follow.
Like your dad doesn't believe. Your dad wouldn't believe that.
Right. And I'm like, how do you not, you honestly believe that in this world that we have, right, with all of these layers and all of this shit and all that's not something that's like possible? I just feel like there's many people in the world who have, I think, too much trust in the.
Well, I think it goes back.
And I'm like,
I think it just goes back to like feeling comfortable with what you know, right? So like,
I'm gonna trust a bunch of politicians who fucking lie all the goddamn time and
dude, your mom the other day she was talking about how like first off she was saying she didn't trust you. She agreed with you. Don't trust politicians, right? And then she was like, I don't trust politicians. Of course, you're right. No, nobody trusts politicians, right? And then literally in the second breath, she's like, well, I don't know why we voted in Trump. He's not experienced in this. He's not a politician. Well, yeah. Well, maybe that's what we need. Like, you don't trust politicians.
So guess what? They all fucking suck.
Well, then the other problem is, you don't trust rich people. Oh, you don't trust poor people. You don't trust. Who the fuck do you trust? Nobody, right? So I don't know. That's where we're at in this world.
You know what? Also, so not to like, I'm gonna switch this for a sec, but this also in terms of the using the media as like a weapon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So remember the other day I sent you the clip about the measles.
Oh yeah,
this was insane, you guys.
Oh man, I wish I know. Maybe I can pull it up.
It's gotta be on your Instagram.
I can't pull it up on my.
This was insane. So I like wake up and I'm like looking through my Instagram reels, right? And I see this like video pop up, and it's like the measles then versus now, and so I'm like, okay, I'm actually kind of interested to see this. So I'm watching it, and it's like a Brady Bunch clip of, I guess, one of the boys got the measles, and it's so like, oh, you have the measles?
Oh my God, I'm gonna play it. I think I
And
got
he
it.
comes in, he's like, I'm sick, guys. And they're like, oh, that means you can't go to school today. And it's like,
like it's not even a big deal. Like nobody gives a shit.
And then Alice comes in and she's like, I think I got the measles too. And everyone's like, oh boy. And then all the kids are like together in the room with the measles, just playing games and just like, just being sick, right? And then it cuts to
They compare it
and
to
then,
like
and then they compare it to Law and Order SVU, I guess like a recent episode. And it was like the measles, bam, death. My child's gonna die. Oh my gosh, shut everything down. The world has to
the
close.
whole city has
the
to
whole city
close.
has to shut down. And I was watching this like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's so like, what? Hi.
We're back.
That was so crazy.
Yeah, we just had a complete blackout over here.
Complete blackout. Like I was in the middle of talking. What is that? I was in the middle of talking about the measles.
Right.
And then literally like the world just shut us, like everything just blacked out. I don't know what that means and what the sign is for that, but
all right, let's get
wow,
back to
that was
this.
intense.
Yeah, let's trying to get back to
Oh,
this.
oh god.
No. We're just moving between screens. Everything's back to
Okay.
normal.
I'm scared now. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay. What I was going to do was I was trying to find that fucking Brady Bunch.
That's what we were trying to do. We were trying to show you guys the fucking Brady Bunch clip and then the Law and Order SVU clip, which is wild.
How do you spell measles?
MEASLES? Measles?
MEASE.
No, MEASLES.
Something's going on with those computers.
Yeah, something's going on. I wouldn't be surprised. We could easily shut
down
again. I don't know. It might be time for a new Mac.
Well, I just updated. Oh man, my mic is over here too, and you're not even hearing me. What a mess this is.
A mess
what
right now.
A fucking mess. Never gonna find this. All right, let's just. What did you want to fucking talk about before?
I
mean,
mean,
we got 2 minutes.
I basically told them the whole video, but yeah, it was.
No, the other thing. Didn't you want to talk about something else?
No, I know, but like you were trying to find the video, and it's like I already told them exactly what was going on. The Brady Bunch and Law and Order.
But it really makes a way better impact when you watch it.
It does. Maybe you guys can find it out there in.
It's just this thing's not even
land.
like.
But anyway, the other thing that I actually really wanted to get into, since now we're up and running, so I've like always had this really strong passion to work with like the wrongfully convicted. I still do to this day. I've tried several times to try and get into many nonprofit places just to kind of even like, I mean, I'll even do that shit pro bono, like I don't even have to get paid. So anyway, I go on and I follow this this like, I guess I don't know what they're called, but this news outlet called Global Positive News. And I like them because everything that they post is just like, in my mind, like stuff that I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's wild, or like, oh my God, that's so interesting, or that's so amazing, or this or that. Like nothing's like negative and like catastrophic, So today I went on and saw this, which was wrongfully convicted man finally gets a not guilty verdict after almost 20 years in prison. So this guy, in 1995, he was just 16. Okay. And he was automatically sentenced to life in prison, but served about 18 years before his conviction was overturned in 2013. After 3 trials and numerous appeals, Villegas was found not guilty. Overwhelmed with emotion, he collapsed to his knees upon hearing the verdict. Imagine, first of all, let's like really like recap that, right? Like imagine being 16, and he was convicted of capital murder, actually. So 16, you're convicted of a crime that like you're like, I didn't fucking do this. You get sentenced to life. Okay. Then you're trying to get it overturned the whole entire night. It's not working. You're trying to appeal, it's not working. And then now in 2025, you go try again, and you're probably at this point on your last leg. Like you're just like, I don't know if this is ever going to happen, but you're still keeping like faith and hope. And then they're like, oh, hey, actually, we, listened to everything all over again for the fucking umpteenth time, and you're actually not guilty. Like, what? That shit to me is crazy. And I firmly, firmly, firmly believe. Do you have the video? Because I want people to see the video of this man.
Oh, there was a video on
Yes,
that?
there's a video on there, and it is literally just the most like profound, just oh my god, I can't even imagine.
All right. But then there was the next slide over.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, everything is like still fucking slow, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, this is gonna stop at some point, but let's get this video in. Let's
trying to move it over.
really talk about this guy.
9th Judicial District, the state of Texas versus Daniel Villegas, number 94-0D09328. Verdict Form B. We, the jury, find the defendant Daniel Villegas not guilty of District Court of El Paso County, Texas, 409th.
You know who's working the case? Was that what's his name? Rick is Rick Dubin or who's that guy that
Right, the Dubin guy. He works for and I always block on this. The oh my god. What is his organization called? It's like they're like so huge.
Yeah.
Um
Wrongfully convicted something.
No. Mark Dubin.
It's Mark?
Isn't well, you got me fucking saying Mark when you said Mark, but
I said Rick.
hold on.
We're the worst.
Wrongfully convicted organizations. It's like probably like it's like okay, there's the Innocence Project.
That's
So,
it. Jesus.
I know, sorry.
Just dropped
the
a brick
Innocence Project. So right. So what I believe about cases like this, because they get me going. They get my heart going. I get really like passionate about it. How dare you you convicted me for life and took practically my whole life away. You took me away from my family, from my life, from my career, from my everything. And then you're going to tell me that, hey, sorry, sorry, pal. Sorry, we actually didn't do our job, and sorry that we took your whole life away and I don't get shit from that. That pisses me off. You know what should be happening for every single person who's wrongfully convicted of something and then finally gets exonerated after like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years in prison? Each person should be given at least by the government, okay? At least $1 million. At least. And I'm being nice when I say that. But least every person should be given here's a check for $1 million. Okay.
Well, here's the other thing.
Start your life.
Listen, see,
get some
you're
therapy.
Just thinking about the big picture. Listen,
do some stuff.
People make mistakes.
Make mistakes with my life.
Listen,
the fuck out of here.
I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying it's the truth. Right?
I understand it's the truth, but that is not okay. I'm not
saying it's okay. But
fucking nerd.
There's probably a lot of variables there too. Like clearly that in that particular situation, right? Like he had I don't know what his whole case is about. I guess some people, the ones that I'm really like, it sucks is that like the one where the guy's just walking down the street, minding his own fucking business, but he looks like a guy in the area that fucking just murdered somebody, and then he gets picked up, and then he gets sentenced to like 20 years.
So check this out. True story. That happened to my cousin.
Oh yeah.
So my cousin, the one who not the one from my mom's side of the family, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this was like, I don't know how, maybe he was in his 20s.
Is this still ongoing? Or no?
No, thank God. But he was in his 20s when this went down. And apparently, I guess someone saw a picture of him. And I guess the picture looked very similar to some murder that was in like a whole different state. So I guess my cousin had so he did get picked up and he got arrested for something else. That's what it was. It was like he got arrested for like, I don't know, some stupid shit.
But then he's in the system, and the system.
But he's in the system already. So then, while he was at the precinct or whatever, the precinct gets a fax It's a fax they get with the picture, black and white picture of a guy that's from another state that's murdering people that somehow look like my cousin.
Mm.
So then they don't let my cousin leave and they're trying to fucking get him on murder charges. Okay.
Wow.
By the grace of God. Okay. Because this is a situation, honestly, being Hispanic, being just like being a minority, right? Like being like, from the Bronx or from like the hood or wherever, like anything like that, from El Barrio, wherever, like that could have easily stuck with him, unfortunately. Easily stuck with him. Okay. Like this was huge. And by the fucking grace of God, man, my aunt, his mother, she was like, what? And then got involved, got lawyer, blah, blah, the whole nine. And then they fucking realized after going through the picture more and putting things together that it actually wasn't him. But how dare you? I mean, like, it's like you could have ruined his, like you ruined people's lives.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I get that we make mistakes. I understand that, but in my opinion, I'm sorry, making a mistake that has to do with someone's life and taking that away from that person, that is just not in any way, shape, or form something that to me is okay. Is whoops, you made a mistake. Like what?
Whoops. Sorry.
Like it's insane to me. I can go on with the wrongfully convicted all day fucking long because it like really gets me. It gets me. It gets me more than a lot of things actually. That shit doesn't piss you off.
I mean, yeah, but what do you want me? I don't know what to do about it. So I don't. It's not something I contemplate all the time. No, no.
You know what's interesting? What I'm finding actually is that people obviously, right? And not that I'm like newly finding this, but this just hit me in this moment. People obviously have passions for different things, right? So you know how like people are like really, really connected emotionally to
Mm.
something happening in Ethiopia.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'm that it's not that I don't care about those things. It just doesn't get like what I am very emotionally passionate about and what can really get me going is talking about someone who was wrongfully convicted and learning about the people who were fucking convicted for murder, life, death penalty sentences for Christ's sake, and then they weren't fucking, and then they didn't do it. That gets me going.
Well, that's your 9, your like universal sense of like wanting to
But how
like
come I don't
help
really
everybody.
right? But how come the Ethiopia thing doesn't really like that doesn't get me going? I feel saddened and I can definitely connect on like oh my god, like that's so unfortunate, so sad. But wrongfully convicted, I don't know what it just like
Mm-hmm.
it fucking dry. It like gets me going.
Maybe because your cousin.
No, I just learned about that, but like I've like always been into that, like maybe for the same reason why just mental health and therapy gets me going,
Yeah.
like listening to someone's story, someone's life story, some trauma, like,
Right.
and then that shit fucking gets me like how
You get into the story, maybe that's it.
maybe yeah. I mean, I do hear a lot of stories. Maybe it is
Like if
'cause
you
there's so
heard
much
the Ethiopian child story, like mother raising the kid, the kid's in the dirt or whatever it is. And like,
Okay.
like,
Just talking
it's the
about
story.
it.
It's the
Right.
story.
If I heard the story, saw the pictures, connect to the story,
I
saw
mean,
something.
but that's with everybody. That's with everybody, right?
Okay, this makes sense because again, I don't really watch the news at
Yeah.
all ever. So like all those horrific things that are happening in
Yeah.
the world,
You don't follow the
I don't
story that
follow the
they're like
story
pushing
'cause
out
I'm
and
like,
injecting in your brain.
it's too much. Like it's I just can't,
Yeah, yeah.
But
you'll
because the wrongfully convicted population fits into just what I do for a living in some way, I'm connected to that, and that gets me.
Right. Or it's like Luigi Min, whatever the fuck his name is. Then you
I was
follow
into that
shit.
too. I was definitely into that. I was like,
you were eating up the fucking media.
Eating
Whatever the media
up.
was pumping out, you were like, "Rah, rah, rah."
I was in it. I was Googling, searching the whole nine, doing research. Where's this kid come from?
Yeah.
Tell me about his
I
family.
think you were even watching CNN.
It was wild. I was like, tell me everything. Yeah, I know. It's so interesting.
It's the story, but that's what gets everybody, right? So that's why the media has to go into this. They got to find the one immigrant who fucking lost their job and they have 3 kids and it's a fucking single mother, right? Like they find that one person. So then it's like, forget about all the illegal immigrants that are like gang members and shit. You only think about that one woman who's fighting for her 3 children and
I
she
will
doesn't
say
she's not a resident.
when I did see a clip, so I don't really like watching like either like clips of like this. So for example, I've never seen the George Floyd video and I will never see it. There's no way I could watch something like that. I don't watch movies about slavery. You know how right? So there's certain things that I really like just like can't watch and won't watch. But I will tell you, I was on Instagram, this is a while back ago, when Trump was first in presidency, and I watched a clip of like all these and it like just popped up and I was like, ah, all these children, and they were like at the border, they were like at some border thing, but they wouldn't, but they were being separated from their parents, and it was like this whole horrific thing, and these kids were like, I can't, that I was like, I have to shut this down right now, I can't watch this. So I think that's just what I do. I think for certain things I'm like, if I attach too much to this,
Yeah, you could do that with anything.
I think I really, yeah, I think I really could, and I do believe I can.
I think everybody can.
Yeah, I just pick and choose what those things are because there are certain things that I'm like, it's a no-go for me. Like I just can't.
And a lot of the things you have no control over either, right? That you're seeing in the world for the most part, right?
So maybe that's actually another good point. And I think maybe with, let's say, the wrongfully convicted, like
you feel as though maybe if you could talk to them, you could help.
Well, because my thing is like, I feel like I can actually play a helpful part in that, which is why I've tried to contact organizations to become a licensed clinician with the organization so I can help these individuals after they get out. So I feel like on that level, for that population, I'm like, okay, I feel like I could at some point in my life help, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I can't do anything for the people in Ethiopia. And that, to be honest, makes me feel 10,000 more times powerless. And I can't do anything about it. And I'm just like, oh, so if I attach to that, and that's so big, like I wouldn't be able to live life. I don't think I would be able to live.
And most people don't. They get overwhelmed with it. They get overwhelmed with it. And it's like you don't, nobody really, unless you are, I don't know, have billions of dollars and you want to like fly a bunch of food over there or some shit, you know.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast does stuff
Unless I was Mr. Beast who does stuff like that. Our daughter watches his stuff.
And even he can't help everybody, but he makes a pretty good impact.
He for damn well tries, that guy. He built 100 houses for these, you know, for families in, you know, different parts of the world that came from nothing, had dirt, nothing.
He's done it a couple of times. I think that he did it in like Brazil or something where their houses got destroyed by like hurricanes.
And this is what that to me is so amazing. Like you have
great.
the money, you know, you have the money. That's the shit I would do. Like if I had the money like that, absolutely. What else would I be doing? Right.
All right. Listen.
We have to go?
Since we like basically got shut down for like freaking 10 minutes and we'll just jam in this really fucking important gem, just like the JFK shit. I mean, with the JFK shit, we could talk about like a whole fucking podcast, obviously.
That was crazy because again, I mean, it had Biden's name and family and apparently traitors.
That's one of the lowest things. Really, the main thing that came out of these documents was that the CIA was clearly involved in the assassination.
Which is
yeah. So, and then there were also other documents stating how, like warning JFK, like as he was coming into office, that the CIA is like too powerful. It's going rogue. We need to be careful of it. Blah 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 blah. But anyways, the other important thing that came out this week, which was, I think, honestly,
really
this
crazy.
is,
it's insane.
It's probably the most important news that you probably never heard.
You have no idea. No one's talking about it. It needs to be talked about. It's fascinating.
And we're going to spend about 5 minutes on it, but don't worry about it. You know, it's like you guys can go do all your own research, I guess. But so recently at the pyramids, they found underground like monstrosities. Like there's like 8 tubes that are humongous and like literally the depth of like the size of the Empire State Building
Truly.
underneath the pyramid that connect to other huge like housings or whatever further down. So
a pyramid, let's be clear, guys. They found what he just said underneath the pyramids in Egypt, right? When we were, because again, the story about the pyramids, first, let's just to refresh everyone's memory.
Story about the pyramids? We only got 5 minutes here.
Story about the pyramids, really briefly, and I don't know much of it, but apparently they were built by slaves, right?
Oh,
like
yeah. So
slaves carried all this.
The common theory, I guess, or the what people say is how they built the pyramids, which we've never been able to recreate the pyramids, by the way.
Right. But there's pictures and history books in school and all this stuff about men carrying all these things, sweating, dying.
Right. That's what you learn in the history books. That's what we learned.
I've seen the pictures. I remember the pictures in those stupid history books.
But they've already proven that you can't fucking move those fucking big ass stones. They're like hundreds of tons, right? Anyways, so even if they could, this debunks all of that. Like, fine, maybe you got freaking 100 million slaves to fucking drag stones miles away and fucking put them on top of each other. Maybe. But you didn't get them to dig an Empire State Building down 8 fucking times and then build a whole elaborate system underneath the pyramids that connect all the pyramids fucking 5,000 years ago.
Didn't happen. With what? Right. With what tools? What are
that
you using?
That story is out the window. And let's play this video.
Play it. So
this guy is well known within the archaeologist community, and he is explaining what they found with LiDAR, and it's basically ground penetrating radar. Oh my God.
Technology that was first developed by Filippo Biondi and Corrado Malanga.
He's talking about the
aperture radar Doppler
the radar technology.
So this was used to explore the internal structure of the Great Pyramid of Giza. And this method leverages the analysis of micro movements typically generated by background seismic activity to achieve a high resolution full 3D tomographic imagery of the pyramid's interior and subsurface components.
By the way, they've used this technology in the Amazon just recently as well, and they're finding all kinds of other pyramids actually in the Amazon with this technology. It's going through the trees, going into the ground. Here we go.
Recent findings from deploying this technology are nothing short of mind-blowing, because what's been discovered is that there are huge structures coming down from the base of the pyramid deep into the bedrock, in fact over 600 meters deep, which then connects to structures that extend up to 2 kilometers below the surface of the ground. 2 kilometers. Massive internal structures connected to the base of the pyramid and
if you're not watching, it's basically 8 huge cylindrical tubes, probably the size of like buildings, right? Coming down with spiral, it looks like almost like a springs, but it might be a spiral staircase going around the buildings. And then they go down into other buildings that are another 2 kilometers underneath those tubes.
Guys.
Extending deep down. This is what we know so far. Utilizing high-resolution radar images from Capella Space and Umbra, which are 2 private companies that specialize in satellite-based synthetic aperture radar imaging. This has allowed researchers to create a 3D model of the internal structure of the Great Pyramid of Giza. Now, this model has revealed a previously unknown chamber with 5 horizontal levels and a sloping roof, which in of itself is an architectural design unlike any previously documented in the Giza Pyramid. But the most shocking discovery lies beneath the surface, below ground level, radar tomography has identified vertical cylindrical structures extending for hundreds of meters beneath the pyramid. There are 8 of these cylindrical wells arranged in 2 parallel rows, descending to an astonishing depth of 648 meters.
Insane.
Even more intriguing, at the base of these structures are 2 massive cubic formations measuring approximately 80 meters in diameter. The tomographic data suggests that these are vertical wells with intricate spiral pathways. Now,
I mean,
So this is just like absolutely like bananas.
the reason why it's so crazy, like somebody can look at this and be like, wow, I didn't realize that was under there. But when you start thinking about the narrative that
Think
has
about
been
it.
explained to you throughout history, the high school,
Your whole
or whatever,
life,
your
right,
whole life,
education,
everything
that
is
you knew.
bullshit. It's
Yeah.
all bullshit, because tell me how slaves made those, or tell me how a human made that 5,000 years ago when
Without any, what were they using? They're using their hands,
Right.
Just their bare hands.
shovels? I don't think so.
Doesn't seem like it. So what does this all mean? I can't even think. It's so mind-boggling.
It's like
It's
the
like-
biggest
Ugh.
truth unfold in history is what it is. It's the very beginning of some crazy shit. We're going to find out what the pyramids were really for. They were not for fucking putting pharaohs in after they die.
It wasn't just. For
I
that.
think that that's what they did many, many years after these things had been built,
Mhm.
because maybe they through just ancestry just
No, but
found out
again,
that there was some
understand
special
something is
powers
that-
in
No,
there.
but understand that I think at the end of the day, so if the pyramids were actually really built for something else, right?
For dead pharaohs.
For something else.
Oh, something else. You're saying, okay, if they were
If
actually
they were
built
actually
for like
built
as a
for
machine.
something else,
Right.
Okay, and clearly nobody wanted that something else to get out. Then a great cover up
Right, that's another part
is
of this,
just
right?
that. Oh, we put the pharaohs in there and the dead bodies, blah blah blah. Because who else would who would question that? Like you're
they're
thinking, oh,
finding-
it's Egypt, that's it's their history,
They're
it's their
finding
culture,
the
it's
dead
what they're
kings
doing,
and
they're,
they're-
right, and then they're finding
like, oh, okay.
them, right,
Yeah.
so it's like it makes sense, but then you're like, hold up, so there's a whole other world going on underneath that pyramid. What is happening? Then they're connecting it to other pyramids. What's going on?
There's tunnels
have
connecting to
tunnels.
the other
There's
pyramids.
tunnels. What's happening? This is more than just putting dead bodies.
Yeah,
in.
is it a machine? Is it some sort of thing that like, is it a receiver, or is it does it God, I don't know.
I can't
Maybe
even
it was
think-
it
I
could have
can't
been like
even think-
hydrogen energy that powered the world.
But what's
I don't
even
fucking know.
crazy, What's even crazier? What's even crazier about this is that this was back in when, again, I want to be clear.
Over
Give me the
5,000
exact-
years ago.
Over 5,000 years ago. That's
mean,
what?
let's-
Give me the exact, so I
let's-
can really put a number, put a
All right,
date to
hold
this.
on, let's
really blow my mind.
yeah, we'll ask ChatGPT real quick.
When was the Pyramid of Giza built?
Yep, computer's going slow still.
Yeah, type all that in.
Yeah. I'm gonna spell it wrong.
I feel like it's G. Is it G-I-Z-A or G-Y-Z-A?
I don't know. It'll figure it out. Yeah, it's definitely spelled wrong.
Okay, we're talking BCE. We're talking around.
Hold on. Let me. How many years ago? 4,600 years ago.
So that's 220.
Don't even say that. Who gives a fuck about that?
580.
No, just say
before-
4,600 years
isn't
ago.
BC before Christ, right?
Dude, this is like before that shit.
It's before Christ.
Christ went to Egypt. He lived there and supposedly learned some techniques from them.
Now, what does the E stand for?
I've never even seen that. So like, but it's 4,600 years ago from today.
I still can't even like concept that. It's so big.
So 100 years ago, was 1900, and then the 1800s and 1700s. Like basically we were in the 1600s or whatever. Like that's 16 to 1700s. That's when we were kind of like coming to the United States over here.
Again, when was Christ put on the cross? Like what's the story of that?
Dude, you got me on the fucking spot. I'm not religious. It's like whatever. Before we're in after Christ right now. So
Right.
that's 2000 25 years ago.
So like this is right. That's what I'm saying. So like this is like before even Christ. This is like
It was before his thing, way before his thing.
This is what it's just like. It's so far, and it's that it's so crazy. It's like my mind can't really wrap.
Yeah, but if you think about it like this, right? If you think about it in the time span of like the universe and our Earth and stuff, and like say dinosaurs and shit, that's like literally yesterday. It's like nothing. 5,000 years ago was like
and
nothing.
when were dinosaurs around? That's right.
Millions of years ago.
Dinosaurs were millions of years ago.
Yes.
Okay. Damn.
But that means the Earth was like a stable place for animals to live and stuff like that, right? That long ago. So think about the time period in between there, right? Between dinosaurs and now, there was like, or dinosaurs in like 4,600 years ago. There was a whole thousands and millions of years. What happened then? Was there like a great event that like destroyed everything, but then like people that survived and then they rebuilt? We could have had civilizations that were like far more technologically
far more
advanced than we are, but then it just maybe all got destroyed, and then we kind of rebuilt things and we're relearning things. But I don't know. I'm following this thing, and it's gonna be an interesting ride. And I don't know what those fucking archaeologists that have been saying that fucking slaves built the pyramids are gonna say about this.
Right.
But they're gonna do a whole what's it called? Like a meeting thing. Why do I blank out on like words?
Sometimes
like
I blank out too.
dumb fucking
like
shit.
easy ones.
Yeah. Like
sometimes I do too.
it's a conference, like next week, with all the findings and all the scientists that were involved in finding all this stuff. So they're gonna do a whole thing, and when that comes out, that's gonna probably give more detail of what's going on then. I don't even know if they're even going to be allowed to dig there like that. Why would they stop that? Why would they prevent them?
What's even crazier is the footage that I've seen with my own eyes of like all the things that they have found from Egypt from those times, like the paintings, all of this, all of that. And you're looking at it going, how did you, with no tool, no nothing, create this?
Like laser sketching
out of
and
like,
shit.
Yeah, how did you create this? My mind's blown. We have to wrap up.
Yeah, like
we have to wrap up.
See, this is what I'm saying. It's like
we have to wrap.
We got to do a whole episode on this and JFK and whatever. But
my God,
that's what we got.
Wrongfully convicted. Everything. I can go on.
We've already done a wrongfully convicted episode before. The whole episode, I think.
We probably did because I could talk about that for a long time.
Yeah, we definitely have. But
we did because I mentioned Khalif Browder, who I'll mention again. Very important story to know about. Khalif Browder, I think he was from the Bronx or from Brooklyn in New York, got just like, that was carrying a book bag, and he's black, and then got arrested. And in the book bag, there was a laptop. Listen, this is over a laptop.
We got to go. Are you you're like laptop, going into this shit? We clearly already talked about this.
They take this kid into custody.
Just go back. We'll tell you that episode.
All he needed was he needed, I think it was $100 or $200 to get bailed out, but his family didn't have it, which ended up with him staying at Rikers. They kept him at Rikers. This kid got severely abused, beaten, everything. The story's horrific, you guys.
Gotta cut our hair.
I'm sorry. The story is horrific. Look it up. It's on Netflix. The Khalif Browder story. Watch it.
We're just gonna change this show's name to ADD.
That gets me going. All right.
Welcome to ADD episode 100.
All right, everyone. Have a great Saturday. Have a good night. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Sorry for the
Sorry
glitch.
for the delay. Yeah, well, the delay.
I'm gonna chop it up. You probably won't really notice it, at least on the audio section.
Right, the video, you'll see a huge blackout. I don't know if you'll still hear us or not.
It's literally like everything went black. Like fuck.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Although we probably weren't just on